evening and welcome to Biz RoundUp. I'm Tamiru Nimsat and we at our television bring you a collection of business highlights. Let's have a look at the headlines. Sri Lanka declares tourism sector open and ready to welcome visitors. Customs collections soon, becoming top revenue source for Treasury. We are ready to work voluntarily, says Public Finance Committee Chairman. News in detail. Sri Lanka Tourism Development Authority and the Sri Lanka Tourism Promotion Bureau announced that the country is fully ready to receive tourists and that all tourist attractions are opened. This was revealed recently at a media briefing held at the Government Information Department premises.
Tourism industry is being fully recovered. That means that all the tourist attraction in the country is right now open. Cultural attraction all over the country is being open right now, including Sigiriya, Anuradhapura, Polonnaruwa, as well as all the cultural sites are being accessible by tourists. And of course, there are tourists there itself right now. And also, all the wildlife park in the country is right now open, including Yala. And major marine parks, even Miris, where people have been going for whale watching, is open. All the hotels in the tourist zone are open right now. So the properties are being open, tourists are in access, tourism is being regained right now. What we want right now is to be taking this message to the world and inviting tourists to come to this country and enjoy their tours. Because already there are a considerable number of tourists came to Sri Lanka and they actually enjoy their tours. And the fact is, even with the natural calamity, no tourist is been missing or damaged or wherever the particular negative incident never happened. So all the tourists being recovered and all the tourists are being actually, some of them are being continuing their tours afterward. And right now country in tourism perspective is ready to receive tourists.
The Cabinet has approved the establishment of a statutory rebuilding Sri Lanka fund to coordinate and manage the massive reconstruction effort following Cyclone Ditwa. The fund will be administered by a high-level committee comprising both public officials and leading private sector figures. The management committee will be chaired by Minister of Labour and Deputy Finance Minister Dr. Anil Jayantha Funandu, with Senior Additional Secretary to the President J.M.R. Diaponsu serving as convener. The committee includes top economic officials like Finance Ministry Secretary Dr. Harshina Surya Peruma and President's Senior Economic Advisor Duminda Hulangamu, alongside major private sector leaders such as Haley's Chairman Mohan Panditagi, John Keel's Chairman Krishan Balendra, and LOLC Executive Chairman Ishara Nanayakkara. The committee is empowered to assess needs, set priorities, allocate resources, and ensure full transparency in financial operations and auditing. Donations can be made in local or foreign currency to a designated bank of Ceylon account. In addition, donors wishing to make direct deposits into foreign currency accounts of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka may do so through the following accounts. The chairman of the Committee on Public Finance, Dr. Harsha De Silva, has made an urgent appeal in Parliament recently for increased support to enhance the committee's oversight capacity. Parliamentarian Dr. Harsha De Silva highlighted significant resource constraints, including underpaid staff and limited consultancy support, which are hindering the committee's critical work.
අපේ කමිටුව අද හම්බ වෙන්නේ 50 වෙනි වතාවට. 50 වෙනි වතාවට. අපි හොලිඩේස් වලත් හම්බුණා. දැන් අද ගරු අගමැතිතුමිය ඉදිරිපත් කරා හදිසි ප්‍රශ්නයක් අපි ඒක ගන්නවා. අපි හෙටම අරන් හෙටම ඔබතුමාලට ඒක සම්මත කරලා දෙනවාද කැබිනට් එකේ පාස් කරලා. කිසි අවුලක් නැහැ. දැන් බලන්න අද අපි කමිටුව ආයෙත් කතා කරා. මොකද NMR එකේ මේ වේවර් එක අර රෙජිස්ට්‍රේෂන් වේවර් එක. ඒක ඇවිල්ලා තියෙන්නේ සැප්තැම්බර් මාසේ 9 වෙනිදා. අපිට ඊයේ පෙරේද කතා කරලා කියනවා හෙටට කලින් අප්‍රූව් කරලා ඕනේ කියලා. ඉතින් සැප්තැම්බර් මාසේ 9 වෙනිදා ඉඳන් අද වෙනකම් අපිට ඉන්නේ අවුරුද්දක් තිස්සේ ඉල්ලුවා. එක කන්සල්ටන්ට් කෙනා ඉන්නේ. තව ජූනියර්ස්ලා දෙන්නෙක් ඉන්නවා. ඒ ජූනියර්ස්ලා දෙන්නගේ පඩිත් හරියට ගෙවෙන්නේ නැහැ. කොහොමද කරන්නේ? අපේ පාර්ලිමේන්ටරි බජට් ඔෆිස් එක ඉල්ලලා ඒකට ඇලොකේෂන් තියෙන රුපියල් මිලියන 9යි. අපි වැඩ කරන්න සූදානම්. අපිට මේවට අමතර පඩි ගෙවන්නවත් වාහන දෙන්නවත් ස්ටාෆ් දෙන්නවත් මොකක්වත් නැහැ. සම්පූර්ණ ස්වේච්ඡාවෙන් මේ වැඩේ කරන්නේ. රෑ 12ක වෙනකන් අපි කරනවා. අවුලක් නැහැ. හැබැයි කරුණා කරලා ඔබතුමාලගේ සහයෝගය අපිට දෙන්න.
Sri Lanka Customs has achieved 2,260 billion rupees in revenue during the first 11 months of this year. In a press conference held recently, Customs Chief Sivali Arugodi said that was an increase of over 65% compared to the previous year. Revenue collected by Sri Lanka Customs jumped around 16.7% in November compared to the monthly target. The total revenue by end November has already reached around 107% of the full year target. Sri Lanka Customs has set a revenue target of 2,115 billion rupees for this year, and it was 36.2% higher than last year's 1,553 million rupees. The monthly target for November this year was 210 billion rupees, but the government has achieved 245 billion rupees in the month through November 30th. Sri Lanka Customs revenue jump is largely due to strong enforcement, improved valuation practices, and a rebound in import volumes after years of contraction. However, with the stabilization of reserves, the relaxation of certain import controls, and a steady recovery in consumer demand, customs collections from import duties and other levies have risen, the official data shows. The combined effect of increased import activity, currency movements, and strict enforcement has positioned customs as one of the top revenue sources for the Treasury in 2025, providing a vital cushion as the state works to meet fiscal targets under the IMF-supported program. Stay tuned. We will return after this short commercial break. Welcome back after the break. The Colombo Consumer Price Index has shown stability with headline inflation remaining at 2.1% in November. According to the latest data from the Department of Census and Statistics, both food and non-food inflation rates showed minor adjustments compared to the previous month.
The overall index decreased marginally to 193.4 points in November from 193.8 points in October, with food prices contributing a negative 0.18% change and non-food items contributing a negative 0.05% change. Food inflation moderated 3% from the 3.5% in October, while non-food inflation edged down to 1% from 1.4%. The core inflation index, which excluded volatile items, also saw a slight decrease. The data indicates that the general price level in Colombo urban areas has increased by 93.4% since the base year of 2021, reflecting a cumulative price adjustment over the past 4 years.
Sri Lanka's external sector has recorded a current account deficit for the second consecutive month in October, according to the latest central bank data. The deficit was driven by a notable increase in imports, particularly vehicle purchases, though cumulative performance for the EU remains positive.
The merchandise trade deficit widened significantly in October, with vehicle imports totaling $261 million for the month. Despite the monthly setback, the cumulative current account for the first 10 months of the year shows a surplus of approximately $1.7 billion. Workers' remittance recorded their strongest monthly inflow since December 2020, contributing to a 20.1% year-on-year growth for the 10-month period. Tourism earnings showed moderate growth for 4.9% year-on-year, while gross official reserves remained stable at around $6.2 billion, including the China swap facility. Foreign investments in government securities continued to record net inflows, though the Colombo Stock Exchange experienced net outflows during October.
Sri Lanka's construction sector has continued its expansion in October, according to the latest Purchasing Managers Index data. The sector recorded a value of 64.3, indicating sustained positive momentum following last month's peak performance.
The high reading reflects continued confidence among construction firms, driven by an increase in government-funded projects. The new orders, employment and quantity of purchases indices all showed expansion during October, though at a slower rate than the previous month. Many respondents reported steady project pipelines during business activities. The The sector outlook for the next 3 months remain positive, with firms anticipating continued project flow despite ongoing challenges with lengthened supplier delivery times.
The Sri Lanka Export Development Board, in collaboration with the International Finance Corporation and the European Union, has successfully concluded the second Expo Scale-Up Pitching event for small and medium enterprises. The initiative is a part of a broader strategy to enhance the export readiness of local businesses and connect them with the international markets. The program provided specialized training in market research, branding, and logistics to help SMEs develop comprehensive export marketing plans. Selected enterprises from diverse sectors including value-added food and beverages, coconut-based innovations and ICT solutions presented their strategies to a panel of experts. EDB Chairman Mangal Vijay Singh emphasized the program's role in strengthening the SME sector as a catalyst for economic recovery, while IFC and EU representatives highlighted its importance for job creation and linking Sri Lankan businesses with European markets. The successful SMEs will now advance to the Expo Connect program for enhanced market access and international biomatchmaking, reinforcing Sri Lanka's efforts to build a competitive export ecosystem. With that, we wind up for today. For this and more, subscribe to our channel on YouTube and follow us on Facebook. See you tomorrow with State of Business at 7:45 p.m. Take care and good night.